The things on the planet Earth can be categorized as living and non-living. Living means organisms. These organisms are made up of cells. Cell is the smallest structural and functional unit of life. And the cells are two types. We categorize the cells into two groups. One group is called prokaryotic cells. Other type of group is called eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells means cells without nucleus. There are cells, they do not have a nucleus, but they have DNA that is available in the cytoplasm. They do not have nucleus. Nucleus means a structure, the DNA is covered by a membrane. In a cell, the DNA is covered by a membrane. That structure is called the nucleus. But in eukaryotic cells, their DNA is covered by a membrane. That structure is called the nucleus. Eukaryotes, they have nucleus. Prokaryotes, they do not have. So they, under prokaryotic cells, I just mentioned about the bacterial cells. Examples of eukaryotic cells.
Fungi, animal.
Yeah, right. Fungi, animals, and plant cells, protists. They are the eukaryotic cells. In a cell, it is carrying out a lot of functions. I get an example about your house also. Can you remember? House is compartmentalized to do our functions effectively and efficiently. Likewise, the cell also compartmentalized to carry out their functions effectively and efficiently. Those are called organelles. So then nucleus is also an organelle. Therefore, we can say that the cell is made up of organelles. Organelles make the cell. Then these cells are collectively start to do functions, not individually. Right? They are not functioning individually. They get collected. The same type of cells get collected and do a function. Another type of cells get collected and start another function. Example, our brain cells, neurons, they get collected and start to conduct impulses. Our muscle cells get collected and start to function our body, contraction. Like that, the cells get connected with each other. They are called tissues. So these tissues, the collection of cells create a part called organ. Tissues make organ. For example, heart is one of our organs. Liver is one of our organs. Lungs are our organs. Kidney is an organ. Our kidneys are organs. So though they take a kidney is not made up of one part of cells. There are a collection of tissues there. Different tissues make the kidney. Different tissues make the heart. Different types of tissues make the lung. So likewise, the tissues collectively make the organ. Yes, then these organs are get connected one by one and create organ systems. Organ systems. For example, our digestive system. It has the esophagus, stomach, duodenum, small intestine, colon, right? System. Our circulatory system, heart, blood vessels, blood, our nerve system, brain, spinal cord, nerves. These organs get connected and make the organ system. So when we collect all the organ systems together, circulatory system, nerve system, reproductive system, digestive system, we can create the organism. Organism. So this is the order of organization. So I have given the handout today. I will share this into the group also. The students should not receive this one. And there I mentioned clearly about. So I think we wrote the note related to this one, the level of organization, right? And the necessary the information is given in the views. Then there one by one the organelles, cells, tissues, organs, organ systems, and organisms are explained here. Now I will start about the cell structure. So now initial part I already mentioned that cells are two types: prokaryotic cells, eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells are the cells absent of nucleus. Eukaryotic cells are the cells which is present nucleus, organized nucleus, membrane-bound nucleus there. So when we consider a cell, it has several parts. Here we will be talking about basically about animal cells and plant cells. What are the features of animal cells? What are the features of plant cells? Take out your book. Topic: cell structure. Cells are the basic structural and functional units of living organisms. There are two types of cells. First one, prokaryotic cells. Second one, eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells, eukaryotic cells. Prokaryotic cells do not have an organized nucleus, and also they do not have membrane-bound organelles, but they have DNA as their genetic material. Example: bacteria, cyanobacteria, archibacteria. Cyanobacteria do photosynthesis. Next point. Eukaryotic cells have organized nucleus and membrane-bound organelles. Examples: protists, fungi, plants, and cells. Organisms with prokaryotic cells are named as prokaryotes. Organisms with eukaryotic cells are named as eukaryotes. Subtopic: structure of the eukaryotic cell. Example: animal cell. So we are going to talk about the structure of eukaryotic cell. First, we will take the example animal cell. Remember that when we talk about the eukaryotic cell, animal cell, there are three basic components in a cell. It has an outermost margin layer, the protective layer of the cell, the margin of the cell. It is a membrane that is called the cell membrane, or it's also called plasma membrane. There is a marginal membrane, so which covers the entire cell. Is the cell membrane, plasma membrane. Inside the cell, it is filled with the semi-solid or jelly-like substance, which is called the cytoplasm. And also, there is another place where the DNA and the chromosomes are located, and it is also covered by a membrane. It is protected here. Yes, that is called the nucleus. So those are the three major components present in a cell. What are organelles? Yes, organelles are present in the rest of the cytoplasm area. They are small compartments. They will carry out their specific functions there. Small compartments. They are not as organelles. Not only organelles, there are other structures also present in the cell cytoplasm, like protein fibers and the chemicals, okay, and other molecules. There are many in the cytoplasm. These are organelles. Right. Now write the subtopic cell membrane, because plant cells, remember, this cell membrane can be seen in any type of living organism, even the prokaryotes or eukaryotes. Their cell is covered by the membrane. Their cellular components are covered by the membrane, that is the cell membrane, or it is called plasma membrane. Understood? That is membrane. And I said that this protects the cell and it creates the margin of the cell. And the most important thing is this cell membrane decides what should take into the cell, what should transport out from the cell. For example, the cells need oxygen. When the cell needs oxygen, that oxygen can move through the cell membrane into the cell. But we know that in the atmosphere also we have nitrogen also. Do we need nitrogen gas? No, as living organism, we don't need nitrogen gas. Therefore, this cell is not allowing this nitrogen gas to get into the cell membrane. Is not allowing. That means it's selective. Cell membrane can select what should go in, what should go out. And during the reactions, chemical reactions, metabolic reactions, this cell may produce what? Carbon dioxide. It is unnecessary substance for the cell. Therefore, the cell membrane let this carbon dioxide to leave out from the cell. And sometimes this cell requires glucose. Then the cell membrane allows this glucose to get into the cell. So after getting into the cell, it's not allowed that glucose to move out again. It's select that will decide there. Another example is they think about that sometimes in our cell has less water in the cell, but outside it has more water. Cell membrane allows water from outside to come into the cell. In some situations, cell has more water than the outside environment. At that time, the cell membrane allows this water to move out from the cell. So therefore, the cell membrane is known as the semi-permeable membrane. Only some items can, it's not fully permeable. Fully permeable, it allows all the substances to come in, all the things to go out. Remember, being the semi-permeable membrane, the life can exist on the planet Earth. The cell membrane is a semi-permeable, that is why the life existed. Think about it's a fully permeable now. You know, they are maybe doing that. Hey, what is the outcome? Make up the molecules. The outcome is why it allows to move molecules to move out. So therefore, it's selecting the semi-permeable. That is the most important factor of the cell membrane. Right? And there are many the functions of the cell membrane, but there is another important function of the cell membrane. These cell membranes have antennas attached to the membrane. These antennas are named as receptors. So those antennas are named as receptors. So what is the function of an antenna? Catch the signals. Antenna catch the signal from the these antennas will catch the signals which are coming from outside. Are they radio signals? No. Signals means light, sound, chemicals, smell, right? Heat. Those are the signals. When the outside environment is so hot, that is sensed by these receptors and send a signal to the cell to initiate some actions. Therefore, cell membrane is supported to detect the signals or stimulations from outer environment. Some cells, not all the cells. Think about our white blood cells in the blood. We have red blood cells and white blood cells. There is a white blood cell called neutrophil. So it's called phagocyte. Neutrophil. That's the white blood. Has a nucleus, right, like this. When the bacteria enters to our blood, when the bacteria enters to the blood, this white blood cell detects the bacteria and move towards the bacteria. When this bacteria touch the surface of the white blood cell, what happens? This membrane is folded and engulfs the bacteria. The cell membrane folded and engulfed the bacteria and get into the cell by forming a vesicle. And then the cell, some organelles connect to this vesicle and destroy the bacteria by enzyme. The cell membrane is made up of three major components. One is called phospholipids, other one is called protein, other one is carbohydrates. These are the three major components found in the cell. the structure of the cell membrane. So to visualize it. So here is this purple color ones and this is the phospholipid molecule. There are layers. Phospholipid, two layers are there like a sandwich. And these are protein molecules. These are carbohydrates. Cell membrane. So these are phospholipid molecules. They are bilayer, phospholipid bilayers there. The blue color ones are protein, and these are phospholipid, and they are carbohydrates. And sometimes cholesterol molecules are also there. This type of structure, cell membrane. Under cell membrane, write down. Both prokaryotes and eukaryotes have cell membrane by surrounding their cellular components. Cell membrane is made up of phospholipids, proteins, carbohydrates, functions, protect the cell components, regulate the transportation of substances into and out of the cell, regulate the transportation of substances into and out of the cell. Third one, detect signal from outer environment and are into the cell by receptors. Fourth one, phagocytosis. Phagocytosis. Within bracket by white blood cells. Then write at separate point, cell membrane is a semi-permeable membrane. It to the same one. It selectively transports substances between the cell and its environment. Given handout, so given the electron micrograph of the cell membrane. See, so it will appear as the line. It will appear as the line. Then we are moving to the next item, that is nucleus. This nucleus, remember, this has two membranes, and there are some tiny pores present in the membrane. This is the nuclear envelope. The envelope contains tiny pores. It's like a football, right? It's like football or basketball, right? It's like a ball-like structure with two membranes, surrounded by two membranes with small pores there. Why the pores are there? To connect with the cytoplasm. Because it is the one which controls the cellular activity. So therefore, it should have connections with the cell, right? That's why it has tiny pores. And inside the nucleus, we can see DNA chromosomes. In normal cell, this DNA are loosely arranged. We can't see them as chromosomes like you are familiar with chromosomes. We can't see this type of structure in the normal cell. But DNA are arranged. These arranged DNA are named as chromatin. Chromatin is DNA and proteins. Not only DNA, we have DNA plus proteins. Our DNAs are very long. For example, in one cell, we may have meters of DNA. In the whole body, how many DNA we have? What is the length of DNA we have in the whole body? We have 3 trillions of cells. The length is similar to the distance between Sun and Earth 2 times. But that much of long DNA are included in simple microscopic cells. Oh. So when I ask you to shorten this wire, tell me some methods without cutting it. Tell me a method to shorten this wire into 10 centimeters or 50 centimeters. It should present as a wire. You can hold it like this. You can rolling it, surrounding some beads. We roll the wire, and there's another one, and roll it there. Another one, roll it there. And finally, you can shorten it like that. Girls like hair salon, we can shorten. It is also rolling surrounding protein beads. So there's a DNA molecule, then there's a protein bead. It is rolling here, and then another protein bead, another protein bead. So using this protein beads, what happens that shorten the length. And also in nucleus, when you observe it very carefully, you can see another dense area, another black color dot inside the nucleus. Right? That structure is named as the nucleolus. So this nucleolus, a structure which contains RNA and protein. RNA is also a type of genetic material in virus-like, right? So RNA is a very important component in the cell, nucleic acid part. It's called nucleic acid. Then it contains RNA plus proteins because this is the place where the ribosomes are producing. In a cell, there is an organelle called ribosome. Organelle, there is a, like mitochondria, chloroplast, right? And Golgi apparatus. Likewise, there is an organelle in the cell called ribosome. Those ribosomes are produced by this nucleus. Our genetic material is in this DNA. Therefore, this nucleus is playing a very important role that one is holding the genetic information to protect the genetic information in the cell. It holds genetic information, it holds DNA. Another one is it produces ribosomes. And other one is it controls, as it has genetic information, it controls the cellular activity. Nucleus is the control center of cellular activity. Nucleus is present in all eukaryotic cells. It is covered by two membranes named as nuclear envelope. The genetic material of the bracket DNA, the organism is stored in this organelle. Inside the nucleus, the chromosomes, bracket DNA plus protein, are arranged as chromatin. The dense structure present. The dense structure present in next point. The dense structure present in the nucleus, the nucleolus, which is made by RNA and proteins. Nucleolus synthesize ribosomes to the cell. Functions. First one, all genetic material of the organism. Second one, control the cellular activities. Third one, synthesize ribosomes. Next one, control the cell division process. Is the cell inside it, the nucleus, and inside the nucleus you can see the nucleolus. So when you observe the cell under microscope, when you see the nucleus under light microscope, so you can see the nucleus like this. Nucleus, nucleolus. Nucleus, nucleolus, right? This is the nucleus. Sometimes you can see DNA, this the black color ones are those are DNA. But when you observe this nucleus under electron microscope, it is available like this. This is the nuclear envelope. Okay. This is the nucleolus. And other this black and white color area represent the chromatin. Then the cytoplasm. Actually, cell can be identified as the chemical bag surrounded by the nucleus. Because those chemicals are present. It's a bag, and it's filled with lot of chemicals in it. Those chemicals are mostly present in the cytoplasm. So I said that cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance in the cell. It's not a water-like substance, right? It's a jelly-like substance. And other organelles, they are located in this cytoplasm. So most of the metabolic reactions means cellular reactions there. Chemical reactions in the cell. Those reactions are happening in this cytoplasm. It contains protein substances, enzymes, carbohydrates, right? contains lipid particles. There are many ions, sugars. There are many substances present in the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a gel-like substance which is surrounded by the cell membrane. Organelles, chemicals, and other biological molecules are present in the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the place where the metabolic reactions are taken place. So then, apart from that, some protists, when we consider some protists, fungi, plants, and bacteria, when we consider these organisms, they have a cell wall, structure called cell wall. But their structure and compositions are different from each other. So I will be talking about the plant cell. It is a wall. So what is the function of a wall? What is the function of this wall? One thing is to cover the roof. Other one, protect our area, the protect. Another one, gives a strength to the area. It gives a unique shape, the wall, to the cell. It gives a strength to the cell. And it protects the cell. It covers the cell. Not only in plant cell, other cell walls also like that. So when we come to this plant cell wall, it gives a unique shape to the plant. It gives a unique shape to the plant cell. Right? So inside this cell wall, the cell membrane is present there. And in plants, this cell wall is made up of a substance called cellulose. It is a carbohydrate. Cellulose is a carbohydrate made up of glucose. Cellulose is a polymer made up of glucose molecule. The other internal structures are then present in the cell. The vacuole, nucleus, and other substances are present inside the cell. So this cell wall gives a unique shape, strength, and to the cell and protect the cell. And remember, this cell wall, normally some plant cells can develop two types of cell walls. Here we are talking about the primary cell wall. All the plant cells have this type of cell wall, which is made up of cellulose only. And this cell wall is actually fully permeable. It's fully permeable. The arrangement of cellulose fibers allows substance to go through it. Barrier is there, cell membrane controls what should come in, what should go out. See the structure of the cell wall of the plant. It's present surrounding the cell membrane, or it's used the unique shape. Electron microscope. So you can see this. See the arrangement of fibers, cellulose fibers in the cell wall. There are a lot of pores are there, and anything can move in it. Substance can go through it. The primary cell wall. So when you come to this diagram, this is one cell, this is the other cell. This is the cell wall. This is the cell wall. These two cell walls are connected by this line. Actually, it is called middle lamella. Cells are they connected with each other. Cells. When they make tissues, they are connecting. When one cell is connecting with the other cell, there is a layer between those two cells. Right? That is called middle lamella. Right, cell wall. And just draw this structure, cell wall. Cell membrane. So under the cell components, I mentioned that there are three basic components: nucleus, cytoplasm, and the cell membrane. Right? There we talk about the structure of the cell membrane and function, structure of the nucleus and the function, cytoplasm and the function. And also we discuss about the cell wall there. Okay. At the beginning, I introduced about the cell, the bacterial cell, and about the viruses. Right? Okay. And remember to read the handouts also with your note. Read the handouts also, right? Because some additional information also present in your notes. Do you have any question? Yes. Right, then we'll stop here. Then have a nice day. Good night.